They're home. That's the message from the IDF just moments ago about hostages just freed from Hamas captivity. The IDF saying they will soon be reunited with their families for the first time since being taken by terrorists on October 7th. The Red Cross confirming 24 hostages have been released. It includes 13 Israelis, 10 Thai citizens, and 1 Filipino citizen. No Americans are among the first wave of hostages released. Let's go back to NewsNation national correspondent Robert Sherman joining us live from Tel Aviv. Robert, what's the latest you're learning from the IDF?
Yes, that's the big moment here, Brooke, is that this has been a period in time in which people have been waiting for days, weeks on end. Finally, as you said, the message being that they're home. The IDF says that they do have those hostages in their custodial care right now, transporting them to the hospitals in which they would be reunited with family members, and that the IDF will be staying with them throughout the entirety of that time there. I mean, this is, as we said, Brooke, this is the first go at all of this. And we saw the way that the layers kind of piled on top of one another, the way that the ceasefire or the pause, shall we say, took effect this morning, then to the way that you started to see humanitarian aid coming in, hostages being released, prisoners being released from Israel as a result of that. So, I mean, now we've seen how one day of this is going to go. But the question is, will this be able to carry on through the entirety of these 4 days here? Because all of these layers and all of these cogs have to turn the same way again for the next 3 days. So that's the important thing to remember, which is why so many Israelis say it's not done until it's done. Brooke?
Yeah, the hostages that are now with the IDF, again, the IDF tweeting out just moments ago, they're home. Tell us about who they are, what do we know about them, and who could be next?
Yeah, I mean, that's still some of the information that we're gathering right now. But again, I mean, it's a lot of women and children, people who, as one of your previous guests said, are viewed as non-combatants in the eyes of the IDF. Some of them are young, some of them are old, total variance when it comes to age on that front there. So now they're in the process of being reunited with loved ones here. It's important to remember here is that there are a lot of people in the U.S. intel community who were hoping that we would see Americans in this group here. That did not happen, nor for other allies such as the U.K. or Ireland as well. As I mean, we've reported extensively on stories of some children from those countries as well, as people were waiting for them to arrive here and be released at some point. Right now, that initial batch being Israelis. U.S. officials holding on to hope that in this initial group of 50, there will be American citizens. But again, it's not a certainty until it actually happens, Brooke.
Yeah, and speaking of those American hostages, we just spoke with a retired U.S. Navy captain who said he actually fears the Americans might not be in these initial groups, instead used as leverage later on. Robert, as you are in Israel, I want you to give us a feel for the tension on the ground. This, of course, an incredibly delicate situation right now.
I mean, it is interesting, Brooke, in that we've been here since the 8th of October, and we have seen some energy return to Israel. But I would describe it as, I mean, there are still a lot of people who aren't going to restaurants. There's still a lot of people who are doing nothing more than taking walks outside and staying inside for the most part. It is this feeling on the ground here that it's almost as if this country of 10 million, almost everybody has some kind of survivor's guilt or something like that. I mean, we've been talking with people who say they don't feel comfortable doing anything as long as there are hostages in Gaza, as long as there's still a lack of closure on all of this. So people are still waiting to see, how all of this is going to play out. But again, the message we hear from people over and over is that anything short of all of the hostages being released means that the job is not done. There's more work to be done, and anything short of that is a failure. So there is no thinking that today is the pinnacle of all of this. There's more work to be done, according to the Israelis that we hear from on the ground here.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.